Welcome to the third base video. We're going to be editing everything inside of CapCut, so let's get right into it. The very first thing we want to do is create a new project. Once you create a new project inside of CapCut, you will get this dashboard. Then we're going to go into import, locate our clips, and import them. Now, a little bit more background information that you should know is you want to have your main track magnet on. You want to have the auto snapping on. You want to also have the linkage and the access on. Another thing you should know about is A and B are your shortcuts. These are what I will be using to speed up the process for you. So A is going to be your select, B will be your split. Those are the two main things that we will be using. Keep it short and simple, and that's about it. Now we're going to get this all done in under about 20 minutes, so it'll be super easy for you to go and follow along as well. As you can see, there is a yellow preview slider on the videos. So this will actually populate into this preview player and give you a little bit more information before you drag it in. Now, the very first thing we want to put inside of the video is usually going to be our hitting as a third baseman, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to, hit bombs. That's the whole ordeal. So the very first thing, and I'm going to be using this clip because we don't have his clips for this player. Instead, we're going to be using his for this example. Now, I recommend this back angle, and you can just drag it in, or you can press the plus button and it'll just throw it in there automatically. So we want to make sure that we are able to see the pitcher actually throwing the ball and get those into the frame. So if you do need to resize anything, you can grab the corners up here, or you can use the scale under video, basic, and position and size. Once you get to this point, I'm going to press B to get the split, A, and select, delete. Now that's going to get rid of that clip, so we'll only get portions that we want. As for the hitting, we don't really want to be interrupting the hitting process too much unless you aren't hitting solid contact every single time. And then in the gaps in between, we'll go through those and make sure that everything is running smoothly versus just all this pause time going in between each shot. Next thing we want to do is throw in the side shot for the hitting. So let's get a nice preview of this. Great, make sure you're showing your load. I press B, then A, select, delete. Get a couple of these in here. B, slice, select, delete. Next thing we want to move on for the third baseman is our grounders. So we're gonna assess which one is the actual grounders video, and then let's drag it on in. Once you find the position that you would like, go ahead and clip it.
Great job.
And also, don't worry about the audio that's in the background. We're gonna end up getting rid of those later. So let's go here, clip this, continue down the timeline. Now we're moving on to backhands. B, A, delete, and it'll automatically throw it over to the left for you. So here's our backhands. Throw, good. Continue down. And we have some more. Great. So those are our fielding ones. And then this one will be more backhands and forehands. And just follow along with the process of what I'm doing here. Not too difficult for you. If it is, you can always let us know in the Q&A section, and we'll dive in for everything so that you can get a better understanding and make sure this is a really good video. Now, as you can see, we're aiming for that 1 to 2 minute mark for the video. However, we're already past the 2 minute mark. Don't be concerned with this whatsoever. We're going to end up cutting these up to make it a lot more smooth and get out the pauses and everything. So don't worry about those too much. Next thing we want to showcase is throwing across. Great. It's plenty. You only need about a couple of those to showcase your arm going across. And then the next thing and final thing that we will add is the bunts. Get a couple of these in there and good to go. Now we're gonna move all the way back through. For the hitting, we're gonna keep the audio on, so leave those up. But for the other clips, we wanna take out the volume. So you're gonna go up to audio and then just throw the volume all the way down or as close to down as you want, just to make sure that there's no sound really coming through from those. Any background noise that we may have that could be distracting for the coach. And then now I'm actually gonna get rid of this to shorten this swinging. Great. And if you would like, you can move this in, scale it in a little bit more just to showcase a little bit closer for you. As you can see, that's a miss right here coming up. So we're gonna cut this right there. There's really no need to have too much hitting. So now we cut that down by a lot. And then once we get over to the grounder section, field, throw, done. B. Runs back over. Get set. A, delete. Throws, good. B. Gets back to the spot. And I'm gonna keyframe it, so I'm using the arrow keys at the bottom to just, go back and forth on it. So here we are. I'm gonna go frame by frame. Ball's not in. Now we're good. A, delete. Great. Throws. Now it's getting ready again. And release. Good. So now what that's going to look like is this. Field, go, throw, next. Field, go, throw, next. So that's what we want. We want to have the repetitiveness, okay, showing this is what we're doing. And honestly, I'm going to take this last one out just because we only need about 3 of those of the grounders moving forward. And then let's go into the backhands. Throw, great, follow through, awesome. B. Head back to the position, gets ready, then we're gonna press B again, A, delete. Wonderful. Do the exact same thing again, throw, release, done. Now I'm gonna take this all out at the end as well. Then we're gonna move on to the forehands, throws, great. B, let him get back to the position. Gets ready to go again. A, delete. Great. Once he finishes that one, gets back to the position. Going again, delete. And I'm going to just drag this over after he follows through on that as well. Great. After he receives the catch, then we can delete, or we can split with B. Gets ready for the next one. A, delete. Goes again. Gets over. A, delete. So it's very simple, and you guys can honestly do this on your own. I don't have to explain it all the way through, but for the most part, this is what it's going to look like exactly. Now remember, before this was all the way over at 2-minute mark. Now we're about to finish at the minute 20 area. So if once we get a couple of them thrown across, I would honestly say just do about 3 of them. So after this one, great, boom, B, split, get rid of that. Now we're gonna move on to the bunts, throws, great follow through. Then we're gonna press B to split. Let them get over. Gets ready once again. Delete. Throws. Out of shot. Great. Heads back over, and we'll do 3 of these as well. Great. So now we're at that minute 30 mark. We just finished the entire video at the minute 30 mark. We got rid of about a minute to a minute and a half for this. And you can also throw in at the end right here your 60-yard dash. And that'll be very easy to do. Exact same process as this, just to showcase your speed and go through everything there. The next thing that we want to throw in is a text. Great thing about CapCut is they have text templates. You can select any of these. I really like this style just because I like it. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna shrink it and I'm gonna put this in the bottom right. Bottom left. And we're gonna title it hitting, and then we'll do Command C or Control C on Windows. I'm on Mac, so Command C to copy. This is hitting, great. And then we're gonna come over here to fielding, or you can call it grounders, or I'm gonna say, yeah, let's do grounders. Now with this, and the reason I'm using grounders is because it's longer. So I'm gonna click expand and go to line, and you see how there it's separated here. We don't really like that. So let's go up and it's gonna reduce the line. So now it fits perfectly. Grounders, great. Continue to go through, and you can throw individual ones in here, like forehand, backhand, right at you if you want. I honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do it or not. The coach can see which one you're doing. So I would just go at your own risk, kind of deal. It doesn't hurt. But for hitting, once we have hitting, then grounders, then we're gonna go across. So throwing across, same thing. We're gonna lower or increase the line width here so that it fits, great. And then we're gonna do bunts. And it's just like that. Then to finally top it off, what we would do is at the end, we're gonna put our names. So we're gonna put the name of our player, and then we're gonna put our height, our weight. So we'll put 5'9", and then we'll put 180 pounds, and then we'll put sophomore for your year. And once we finish that, we can shrink it and drag this up so that it comes to the top of the screen. And then for this second one that we have, we want to throw in our coach's information, any of our information, so our phone number or email, and then links. So like a link to a profile or somewhere, or you can say, check email for link. You can always put things like that so that the coach understands and knows that there's more information to be found about you. Now, if you do have a picture of you, you can definitely throw that in there at the end and have this alongside these two. So you would just move these over and have your picture on the side. We're not going to do that in this case. We're going to keep it nice and simple. And then we're going to take the actual profile name and we're going to throw this all the way at the beginning. and then drag it over for the first scene. Now, then we're gonna shrink it and throw it in the top right and have it up there so that the coach knows that this is like who you are, what they're watching, kind of give you a glimpse of the information that's being shown. So once you have this done, you're essentially finished with the whole entire video. However, if you would like, you can throw in any of the audios that, you know, lo-fi, rap, hip hop, chill music. That's kind of like the vibe. Nothing with lyrics. Everything has to be instrumental. So if you do want to put something in here, you can definitely just type in lo-fi and put it in. Make sure that it has the proper reach, distance for the music. Once you have this, you can split it and do that. And then we want to decrease the volume as low as possible just to hear it in the background. Very simple. Very, very simple. Now, lo-fi is great. However, it doesn't really add that pizzazz that a lot of people would like for the videos. So if you want to go a little bit more of the instrumental or hip hop route, then you can. Now, this is also the most basic video that you can pretty much have. If you would like to add more to the video, then go ahead and do so. There's nothing wrong with adding more graphics. There's nothing wrong with adding sound effects or transitions. CapCut has a lot of different options that you can work with. So there's different, pass-through transitions that you can throw in the middle so that it looks like this, or however you want to do it is great. But we like to keep things really simple. You don't want to confuse a coach. You don't want to do anything, but it does help to have just, black fade, very simple things that can keep the coach engaged that we recommend you have. If you want to go check out the plug and play, the editing checklist, you can do that in the show notes of this video. And if you have any other questions, go ask us in the community with the Q&A section, and I will get back to you there. You can also upload your videos, all of your final recruiting videos as well. So once you get that done, we'll give it a review. We'll let you know if you need to improve anything and go from there. If nothing else needs to be done here, guys, move on to the next module and enjoy the rest of the course.